Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Market cap 582 billion, had a nice healthy bounce. We just saw fluctuation of well over 100 billion in the last 24 hours. A bunch of craziness going on, a bunch of games going on. A lot of insiders, lots of money to be made off these future contracts, off of being able to corner the market. If you think of the big guys that cornered the silver market, JP Morgan and them, that's what they like to do. They like to, right now, the only way to corner a market such as Bitcoin, which is sort of a commodity, if you think about it, if we're trying to go for the store of gold, the store of value, that's what it's treated like anyway. To do that with silver, they had to they had to buy a lot of physical silver. And, that's what's happening with Bitcoin. It's just digital gold, buying up as much of it as possible. So then, because these future contracts, this isn't just about now. These things are going to become bigger and more lucrative. So they're just laying the groundwork. And like I said, you can't just go buy Bitcoin whenever you want at the price you want. The only way to do it is FUD. And if you don't think they're beyond doing that, they've done it for silver. They've done it throughout history with a lot of different elements. No different here. If Bitcoin has a 1 in 100 chance to really become like the background of the world, like what everything is based off of. It's not far-fetched to think that Bitcoin can easily become that world reserve currency, just the math equation of the world where everything is backed by. It's far-fetched, but not that far-fetched. If that was to happen, and I think it's even more so to happen if these big guys get more Bitcoin and they feel like they can corner the market, then they wouldn't mind pushing something like that, because then they could just rule the world once again. Bitcoin's sitting at 11.7. A nice healthy bounce. I mean, it got below 9 yesterday. Lots of money to be made. Just being able to buy the dips. I always buy the dips. I saw that meme where it's like, when you buy the dip and it keeps dipping. That's happened to me several times, but it's always turned around for me. And then the fact is, I always put my money where I believe it's going to be safe. So, something, I can't believe BitConnect is up as much as it was. Okay, well, it was up something ridiculous. Okay, so I guess it's not up that much ridiculous, but I saw it was like up 150%. Somebody who wanted to take a gamble on BitConnect at $8, like if that thing started falling like a knife, I wouldn't feel safe. I'd want to panic sell. That's because you're not investing in something you believe in. Now, if something like Ethereum fell like a rock, I wouldn't. I would just want to buy more. If any of these coins that I'm invested in, Neo, any of them that I believe in, it's the opposite mentality. I was happy. One of the best things to do is going back and checking my nets, for all the lures I set, and waking up on a day like today, and it's just like finding, crabs in your net, fish in your net. If you're a fisherman, you go out, you look, and you see, man, I caught, look at how many coins I got. Look at the price of it now. It's one of the fun feelings. So, I still haven't even done that. I'm going to go check all my nets, my buckets. Just love doing that. It's always fun to set those deep lures on a crash and then wake up and you see things up 50, 60. I mean, look at that. 65%, 44, 44, just insane, triple digits everywhere. I expect it to just keep doing, sloshing like it is, but it'll keep sloshing up. I'm really getting against coin market cap because the more I think about it, all right, so I've had some issues with it. It seems as though CoinMarketCap has trouble updating the prices on the positive. I remember it was a day and a half ago, and it kept saying Bitcoin was like at 10, and it was like at 11.5, and it did not update for me or my friends for hours, for a long time. I've never seen it do that. I've seen it do that a couple of times now. I've never seen it do it in reverse, though, where I click on it and it'll say 11, but really it's 10 when I click on it. It's never happened. So I'm not, I'm putting on my tin hat. For some reason, they just abruptly removed the Korean markets, which are really helping the price, really helping publicity. They're a player in this game. To act like they live in a different realm and a different planet, and to cut them off because they pay more for crypto, I think is insane. But it is what it is. Cutting off that much of the market cap that abruptly with all the slow things. So, if you know a website that's better than CoinMarketCap that you recommend, go ahead. I've tried a lot of them, but I'm definitely actively looking to get off CoinMarketCap just as a principle. I think what they're doing is some bullshit, especially with all crypto's still kind of fragile right now. And when a tweet can moon a coin, if you're talking about the biggest data center for all the stats, to just cause that artificial crash out of nowhere and, have the weird, slow updates, I'm not sure. But, I've seen enough, and it's not that important. There's a lot of other people. Speaking of that, they're starting to, Blockstream's actually going to create like a CoinMarketCap, but for Wall Street. It's supposed to be even like super high tech. That'd be interesting. I wonder, how public that's going to be. It just goes to show you, though, what the money's starting to come in. People are starting to realize how to invest in this. The dot-com bubble was a little easier to invest in, right? It's a little bit easier, especially, during that time. I'm sure there was, a broker on every corner. It was very easy to get in. Crypto's not that easy. It is, but it isn't. It's new. No one's ever done it. No one's ever bought a coin. It's like, okay, well, I want to invest in, an altcoin. It's like, all right, well, first you go to Coinbase, you buy Bitcoin, and then after that, you send a Bitcoin to another wallet. From there, you exchange the Bitcoin for the coin that you want. Once you have the coin that you want, you're going to want to download this wallet. It's a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of onus on the person, which is a big deal. That's why banks will always be around in some form, not like they are now, but just people don't like holding on to stuff. They don't like being responsible. That's why I think EOS is going to be huge, because they have ways to get your accounts back if you do forget your password. That's one of the biggest feedbacks I get is people are like, well, what if I lose my password? People freak out about that, and it becomes a big deal. So, there's still a lot of little niche things to be solved. That's why Bitcoin is just kind of like EverQuest back in like 1999. If you ever played that game, it's like if you died and didn't get your corpse, you lost all your gear. It was really hard. If you died in the middle of under a dragon, you were basically effed. That's Bitcoin. It's like there's no, it's gangster, it's thug life, it's OG. You lose your private keys, you're out of there. You got to make sure you have your wallet, on lock. Make sure that you're keeping it offline. Bitcoin's a whole different animal. If you're talking about something, EOS you can represent with Steemit kind of, because Steemit, even if you get hacked, you still can't lose all your money because of the way superpower works, or power-ups work. So, very interesting moving forward. I like the way Bitcoin is. So I wouldn't change it. I think, putting the responsibility on the person is how it should be. That's how we get into these problems that we have. We delegate our power to people blindly, and I don't like that. I think it's good that we have a little bit more responsibility as a human race. I think we're becoming too lazy with that shit. No one wants responsibility for anything. Everyone always wants somebody else to blame. That's why when I saw BitConnect go up in value, I just shook my head. I was like, I don't feel sorry for any of these bastards when they get burned, because it's like, you can't Google BitConnect without seeing scam. You can't look at, there's just so much negative feedback out there. And for what just happened, for people to still be investing in the coin because of an ICO or whatnot, hey, man, power to you, right? Power to you. But I don't want to hear anyone bitching, because it's so obvious, right? Some people need to take some fucking personal responsibility. And it's not like, oh my God, I invested in an obvious Ponzi scheme and lost my money, guys. Feel sorry for me. It's like, well, no, right? Like, I feel sorry for the honest Joe that does get screwed over in a bad way, where it wasn't obvious, where it wasn't his fault. Those are the people I feel sorry for. So, for all this blubbering, I'm just tired of hearing the BitConnect. I just think it's crazy that it's going up in price. It doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't. These people this has become a video game to a lot of people. And a lot of young kids have made a lot of money, and they're just throwing it around. Not surprising to me at all. What I think going on moving into the future, I think centralized exchanges are going to start to slowly die off, and you're going to have these decentralized exchanges that can't be regulated. I really think that's going to be a strong point moving forward. Right now, we're still caveman style. We haven't really had a badass decentralized exchange built yet. But with things like EOS coming out, BitShares is already out there. I think once these big exchanges start taking arrows and going down and the governments really start clamping down, imagine the decentralized exchange that's just like Binance. It's just as user friendly. Once that comes out, you can't regulate those. Then you have privacy coins. You know, Bitcoin is thinking about, trying to install the privacy. Bitcoin Cash is going to do it with mixers with the lower fees. Ethereum's trying to do it. Everyone's trying to add some kind of privacy element. These privacy coins, when you have decentralized exchanges with privacy coins, it's game over. Doesn't matter what the government thinks, feels. You can't shut down the decentralized exchange, and privacy coins you can't track. There's nothing you can do about it. It's game over. Checkmate. It's going to be a trust situation. A lot of tax money won't be collected. That's nothing they can do about it. You know, if you're dealing with non-public coins, they're going to be hawking Bitcoin, hawking everyone else. But, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see the future when you have, because the privacy coins are rapidly evolving so fast. The tech is becoming ridiculous every single day. They're really focusing on that. It's going to be very interesting with these high-tech decentralized exchanges that can handle more trades than NASDAQ can. And you're going to have all these private, it's going to be very interesting. That's all I can say. Gonna keep this a little bit shorter. Join the No Limit Coin 2's Telegram group. We're also trying to vote for the next exchange, right? Trying to get up to 1,000 votes. Already under consideration. This is a situation where you can help your investments, invest in your investments, right? Just a simple vote. Join the Telegram group. Spective, go and show some love. Join the Telegram group there as well. Lots of big updates coming out with Spective this month. At the end, the coins are released at the end of this month. Lots of updates to look out for that. Best place to be is in those Telegram groups. Also, Vibe, the Super Bowl ad coming up. Very, very exciting things happening. This is why I love crypto, because we're at the very beginning. I remember when it was a big deal when Bitcoin was mentioned on that one show. What was it? I forget the name of the show. The comedy show. It was a really, really big deal. And now it's nothing. Now you have coins like Vibe about to be mentioned on a Super Bowl ad. Like, we've come so far in such a short period of time, and we have so much equity, so much people who are on the fence right now, right? Because there's the risk takers that jumped in, but then you still have so many people on the fence. When this crypto gets its second, third jillion whatever you want to call it, when it starts surging again, closing in on $1 trillion, a lot of these fence people are going to be blown over. We're going to see money that leaks into here. The hyperinflation going around the world. This is I've never seen such a hot spot with so much potential for not just money, but moral high ground, really helping the world, really helping people who are, not every place is like, as much as you want to hate on the United States and all these other countries. They can have some bullshit laws. They can take your freedoms, but there's some countries where it's really bad. Like it's hell. They manipulate the money so much that it becomes worthless. You're starving. No rights at all, can go to jail for basically anything. There's a lot of places where freedom does not exist. And this gives people a little bit of hope when it's like, I don't care if I'm breaking the law in this country because they treat me like I break the law anyway. I'm starving. I'm taking my shot. And in these countries, the government isn't high tech. So, this is just like a high tech Tron. I'm thinking of it's just like a digital, it was just a reference. Basically, this is something that's going to be so high tech. It's going to come in like a Trojan horse, and they're not going to be able to stop it. And it's going to liberate a lot of people. It already is. This is going to be the year of the scaling, right? We're really going to see what happens with Bitcoin scaling, Ethereum scaling, even Bitcoin Cash is scaling. They're supposed to go up to 32 megabytes. What's going to happen? Is the miner going to become so centralized with Bitcoin Cash? Is Bitcoin going to fail with the Lightning Network? What's going to happen? Are people actually going to use it? Like, is it going to be treated like SegWit? You need SegWit to use Lightning Network. A lot of people are still dragging their feet with SegWit. What's going to happen? Ethereum, these coins, they're going to have to. This is fight or flight. They're going to have to scale this year. Or they're going to take considerable losses in market share to things like NEO and EOS that do step up. I'm fully convinced that EOS is going to step up and actually work. You're going to be able to run what they say they are. They just have too much money, too much brain power from all the research, from all the Ivans on techs out there, from everyone that I listen to and take advice from. EOS is going to deliver, and when it does, same with Neo, 10,000 transactions a second, EOS is going to be able to destroy that, but still, that's no laughing matter, and it's only going to get better and better. So, yeah, keeping this one a little bit short. There was a few things I want to go over, but that's what tomorrow's episode is for. So, happy hunting. Cheers. Peace.